Bonjour mes amis, c'est moi, Stephanie Weiss-Jolivet, your host here at Sayezz with Stephanie, where movement and intuition collide to create deeper understanding of and trust in all of our bodies. It is time, friends. It is time to redefine self-care. As a mother of a now 1-year-old, self-care has taken on really a new meaning and even a new phrase. The context behind and the phrase itself, self-care, just does not seem up to par with what it actually is. And so I'm here to help encourage us to really redefine it in what I feel is quite a radical way. So self-care culturally is something that we do outside of our everyday, outside of our life. Take a vacation, get a massage, go get a pedicure, which are all beautiful things, but they tend to take us out of our life. And actually, we need to reinvest in moments of self-care absolutely every day. They might be smaller chunks, but they need to be present every day. That's the first thing. Secondly, we tend to think about it as ourself, that we maybe are being selfish by taking care of ourself. And self is a beautiful construct of the mind, the ego. It helps us co-create our identity with Source. So it's such a powerful idea and formation that we have the power to create ourself, yes? But our self does not exist outside of the universe or universal truths, which is love. By giving ourself, I'm going to put that in quotes, love, which is really what I'm thinking self-care needs to change to, then we actually redefine it to be moments of alignment, that we are coming into alignment of our highest, deepest purpose, which of course is love, L-O-V-E, luxurious, open, vibrational energy. And here's the real radical thing. By doing that, these moments of, again, self-care, selfishness, we are actually, by tapping into the alignment of love that is unique and yet universal to all of us, we are actually raising the vibration of the universe, of the planet. So it is of utmost importance that we lose the context of taking it out of our life and actually put moments in every day and really see these as these moments of care really as the utmost, deepest, best, truest alignment of love. So that when we do the massage, when we call our friend, when we get the pedicure, when we hug our spouse after a fight, or we take that moment of awareness, however we take the vacation, however self-care comes, however we want it to look like, that we are doing it on behalf of everyone and everything, period. So it's very exciting self-care. It's very gratifying. It's very beneficent because it does it for the whole. So with that in mind, it's important to redefine the word. And I like the word, what I've come to is the word sprinkle. Because sprinkle, doesn't that just put a smile on your face? It does for me. And it conjures up these honey drops of the communal elixir of love, right? The sweetness of a sprinkle. And that we can sprinkle them throughout our day, that it can be little moments. It can be turning off the phone for 5 minutes just to close your eyes and breathe. It can be going for a walk. even if you only have 10 minutes at lunch, for example, or it can be holding, I come back to that, holding your spouse or your partner or your baby or your friend for 30 seconds longer to really release the endorphins. Because those moments of self-care, and there's a reason why getting our hair done, getting a massage, touch comes into cultural norms of self-care, because there's actual physical medicine in our body that releases for those. Yes, there's oxytocin, the feel-good drug in our body. There's endorphins. There's neural pathways that stem to our parasympathetic nervous system. So today, in our movement class, we are going to tap into self-touch to stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system, the opposite of the fight and flight, the rest and digest. And there's a reason, again, why there's so much emphasis on accessing our etheric bodies, our spiritual body, our emotional and mind body through meditation. Number one, it's breath, and breath helps oxygenate the blood, and it also calms our parasympathetic nervous system. So there's really science, deeper science than I can give you, but the general science and physicality of stimulating our parasympathetic nervous system to then tap into our alignment of love, to then raise the vibration of the planet. Radical thoughts, potentially. So with that in mind, we're going to do a little laying at the very end, but mostly seated. So find a comfortable seat and actually find some comfy clothes, maybe a warm gilet, a warm sweater. Actually, I'm going to take mine off because we're going to use our hands and our arms. We need a little bit of touch on our skin. But maybe a blanket and a pillow, something for the end. We will do a bit of meditation, speaking of which. So with these ideas of how can we sprinkle more love into our day, and that is our quote-unquote self-care, let's begin with just feeling our feet on whatever surface you are on. There can be movements, there don't have to be, but our feet connect us physically to the earth, and they're just so important. And now that I have a little toddler walking on caillou, I'm looking at the gravel outside here, it reminds me, oh yes, he is building not only strength in the tissue and the sinew and the muscles and the bones, but also the nerve endings. We have the same amount of nerve endings in our feet as we do in our hands. So important. So first, just, again, doesn't have to be anything specific, but maybe there's a little bit of movement. Maybe you find some stillness and spread your toes, imagining the outline of your feet like a big duck foot. And as most things do, they begin with breath. And in order to help support that, let's bring some heat to our hands, rubbing the palms, gently softening into the insides of the fingers, a gentle cross there. And just let your breath be what it is. Let your eyes open and close. Building a fire between the palms, firing up those nerve endings. Allow one hand to scrub the top of its neighbor and then back. And again, just feeling the tissue move over the bones, warm up. And let that scrub reach up toward the elbow, finding all surfaces of the forearm. Maybe there's more of a circular moment here, motion there. And again, back to the opposite, the neighbor, the friend, the support. And maybe enjoying the pleasant sound that our skin makes, skin to skin. Peau à peau, skin to skin is so important with babies, and we are still doing it. So we're potentially moving back into that space of energetic exchange through touch. Let that touch, that sweep, circle a little bit up the arm, finding the insides, the under. Let the tissue be soft. And again, make sure it sweeps through the center and up. Sometimes it feels nice to look and see the skin move underneath. And then once you arrive at the first arm, the first shoulder, just hold the deltoid there. Give a squeeze. And then just a nice soft squeeze as deep as you would like up over the shoulder into the bony ridge there. Finding the tissue and giving a nice massage to yourself. Up over the traps there toward the center, the neck. It might feel nice to tilt the head away, open the mouth, close the eyes. And then make your way back to the delt and just hold. And then just squeeze gently down the arm. Really softly over the joint of the elbow, but then a little bit deeper into the flesh, around to the hands, right to the thumb. Give a nice pull to each finger. Extending the heat and the energy there. Do that again from the thumb. Sweep away all the toxins. And then switch. Finding the traps, giving the delts, giving a nice squeeze there. Literally holding yourself in love. Squeezing up over the ridge of the blades, maybe tilting the head away. Ooh, it feels nice and warm on this side. Again, just notice the texture and the temperature and the sensations toward the neck. And there's a lot of tissue there in our traps, so really you can kind of dig in. And then moving your way back to the shoulder, to the deltoid, holding for an extra moment. And then caressing, squeezing down the upper arm, gently over the elbow joint, down the forearm, into the hand and wrist again, pulling the thumb, giving maybe a little shake. Nail bed squeeze might feel really nice to each finger. Elongating, tractioning, and also releasing. And again. Bring the hands back to each other. Fire them up once again. And then just let that motion slow and come to stillness. Close your eyes. And begin to move the hands away and just notice how far you can maintain that orb of energy. I sometimes see it as strings of honey between the hands. And just when you feel the edge of it, that you still feel that energy pulling the hands together as we move them apart, go ahead and just pause. Blink your eyes open. Ooh. And then just shake down. Reach up. And then take all that energy into raindrops on the crown of the head. Soft fingers. Sweep down the face. And then let your hands settle all the way down to your belly. And first, just feel and listen to your breath. And then put maybe a more audible inhale through the nose into your body. Inflate the belly. And then perhaps an audible, I was going to say edible, exhale. And feel the abdominals s'absorber, pull in. Scoop. Inhale, release, relax, expand. And exhale, sigh it out. The exhale does taste nice. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Let the inhale in, let your arms release, relax for a moment. Return to your everyday effortless breathing and just notice. The focus may be pulled down into the abdomen, into the umbilicus. And then go ahead and just make little fishy hands. And then we cross, and we get pretty high up in the armpits there. Let the elbows release a bit. And then as we inhale, we feel those really uppermost ribs and our armpits, the shoulder blades expand wide. Through the nose we go. And exhale, we feel that narrowing. It is a-okay if the elbows poke out, if the shoulders come forward. That frees up the back rib, so we can allow that to happen intentionally. Inhale. And exhale. And even though the focus is now much higher than it was a moment ago, we might still feel our belly expand. Allow it to. Inhale. And exhale. Once again, allow the arms to drop, allow the inhale to enter. Take a moment. And then cup the hands over. each other. Cup those hands like un petit casquette, a little cap over our crown. We are not blocking the chakra. Yeah, we're just sensing it. Yes, so spread the fingers just to make sure that light can shine through. And as we inhale, feel the breath pulling up from the arches of the feet through the dome of our pelvic floor, the dome of our diaphragm, the dome of the roof of the mouth, all the way up through our fingers. Into the skull, but beyond as well. And then as we exhale, like we're pulling in more light energy from source, all the way into our roots, through our feet into the earth. Inhale. Inhale, still expanding the belly, the ribs, the armpits, feeling the ascent of the breath. And then the descent. Physically in our body and like a light beam from source. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Let the inhale in. And then let's sprinkle the crown of the head again. Letting in and letting out more of the energy of all of our bodies. And then if your hair is tied up, go ahead and take it down. So that we can get some movement in it in the next few moments. Soft fingers, sprinkle yourself with those raindrops, with that tapping. Another moment or two. And then let that go. Once again, brush down through your face, allowing the hands to gently cup your visage. Feeling the breath in this more intimate space. Feeling the light with the dark coming through the open fingers. Feeling the heat of the breath. Allow your fingertips, the forefingers, to come and massage the inside of your tear ducts, little circles like we're waking up. Sweep through the eyebrows to the outside points of the eyes, and again massage the tissue there. And again, tear duct circles. Sweep the eyebrows and the outside of the eye. And again, from inside to out, easy breath. And once more there, inside to out. Keeping contact, trace the bottom of your eye socket there. And then gently pull those eyelids down, looking up, making semicircles with the eyes, allowing oxygen, nice and fresh and cool to come in. Let the hands drop, blink the eyes, shake. And then do the opposite. Take fingers to the tops of our eyelids, lift up, look down, semicircles, or little smiles with the eyeballs, letting fresh oxygen in. Once again, blink, flutter the lids, shake the hands. Find your temples, give a massage. Massaging gently in circles, and then almost scrubbing upward and into your hairline, and allowing your scalp to move. So it can be somewhat vigorous, and it might remind you if you've ever had your hair washed or your hair played with or your scalp scratched, how wonderfully healing and calming it is. So you can really, again, dig in. And then find the twirling point, which might be slightly to the back, slightly toward the crown of our head. And then dig your fingers upward through your hair, whatever hairs you have, pull up, let your jaw open and drop away. And then let that go, shaky, shaky, shaky. And again, find the temples, massage. And begin to scrub, moving the scalp, finding the center of the crown and upward with the hair follicles, letting the jaw drop open. And again, let it go, shaky, shaky. Coming a little bit lower, almost where our ear nubs are, where the jaws meet. And then again, just some circles there, coming in and out of sound. Notice the volume changes. It reminds me of a washing machine. And then take those circles with a gently open jaw down your jawline, the bottom jawline. It might fall open as you do so. Into the gums, massaging that, bringing some blood to the teeth. And then back out. And again, finding that washing machine near the ear nubs. And back down. Feel into your breath. Moving your way outward, once again into the hairline right above the ear crest. Scratching, moving the scalp a little bit wider. Getting into the hairs, finding that twirling point and pulling. And letting go, shaky, shaky. Once more there, finding the ear nub and then the crest of the ear. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And pull. Feel into your intensity. You might notice a lot feels yummy. And then again, let it go in shaky, shaky. with open palms, like we did earlier. Give yourself a bit of a massage and really grab the traps. Grab a hunk of the traps, give a massage, allow your head to bob down and up. And then massaging upward on the neck, la nuque, the back of the neck there, the nape. Again, into the hairline. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Move the scalp. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Finding, or at least nearing the twirling point and pull. Let it go. Shake. And once more, massage the traps. Such luxurious, open vibrational energy. Up la nuque, the nape, into the hairline. Scratch, scrub, shift the scalp. Toward the twirling point, pull. Jaw is soft, so are the eyelids. And release and shake. Take a moment. If the eyes are not closed, let them close. Return to your everyday breath and just feel into the feels. Flutter the lids, blink the eyes open, interlace the fingers, press down. Shift forward through the screen toward each other. Inhale, yawn and arch. And then do it again. Press down. Reach forward. Filling up, 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 filling up more. And then exhale. Once more forward. Inhale, up. This time pressing down, releasing and taking ourselves over. Allow your hairs to fall. Allow yourself to be like a rag doll. Take your hands to the tops of the feet and toes and just give a little scrub, massage. Get into the arch with your thumbs. Get in between the toes with the fingers. And again, one more time, just scrubbing, maybe from the ankle down, tops of the feet, thumbs in the arches. Fingers between the toes. And then allow yourself to fall deeper. Reaching the arms out, find the kidney area. So it's kind of this fleshy part on either side of the pelvis, or right above the pelvis on either side of the spine there. And we're just gonna give ourselves a little bit of body percussion. So with an open hand, pat, 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 pat. Pat yourself on the back for all this beautiful sprinkling of love you are giving to yourself and humanity and the planet. Let it evolve out to your hips. Down your bum. And then back to that kidney area. Begin to roll up. Taking the hands around, maybe getting the hair out of the face, around to the belly. And just nice and soft, kind of bear paws. Reminding the belly it is okay to release, to continue to release. Let these bear paws ascend toward the diaphragm, the upper ribs, and then around. On either side of the breasts. up over the chest with a little bit of more emphasis toward the heart, a little bit to the left. And then just the fingertips, really gently tap on the collarbones, out to in to out. And then let that resolve, gently taking your hands full of this energy out toward each other, and then opening wide again, like you're pouring this elixir of love around your space. Letting the arms settle by your sides, and then putting just a little spiral into your body. Continuing with a bit of that body percussion, we have a soft fist. And then with the pinky side, we allow a rhythmic wrap to soften the sides of our hips. Join me in that rhythmic pumping breath. Soft focus or eyes closed. Let it slow down, let the breath be deeper and longer. And then just let the arms bounce away from you. And then we take that spiral and we cup really under, almost under, aiming to be under the shoulder blades. Opposite arm flings out into space, again sprinkling the space with the abundant alignment of love. Continue and cup the actual armpits. It makes a quite satisfying noise. Again, let the breath calm. Let the movement slow until the arms are again flung out. We are still in our intentional movement, but we know that our organs are supporting us. The energy that we are calling in from source, our own source in the universal, is tingling throughout us. Our heart is beating, our lungs are breathing. And then just let it go and shake. Shake pretty vigorously. There's a reason why kids throw tantrums, or adults. I speak of myself sometimes because it calms our nervous system. Emphasize the exhale. Feel that pull down to the earth as well. just like this started, it stops. Keep your eyes closed. Notice if there's any images, thoughts passing through. Of course, notice your physical sensations. For me, it's like I'm in a carousel. Very calm. And it's moving counterclockwise. It's very peaceful in there. Blink your eyes open. Again, take your head and body over. Let your hair flop. Be like the rag doll. And allow your bum to ascend so that we are in an inversion. Again, another way to regulate our parasympathetic. And an inversion is just this: head below heart, heart above head. Be as soft as you can in your knees, in your arms, in your neck and spine, in your hips, and even in your feet. Let a little nod into the head. A soft pendulum. And once again, let it come to stillness. Softening the knees a bit more, rolling up, allowing your bum to come back to the seat. Ragdoll, ragdoll, once the head is on top. Just take a moment to observe. Blink the eyes open. And thank you for coming on that journey. Let's transition to the mat just for a moment or two, several moments, so we can take our seat. Thank you away. And again, maybe finding a pillow, something warm. Let's come on down. Taking a moment just to be in this new experience with the ground. Letting your knees, when you feel ready, sway left and right. Less about a stretch and more, as today's theme is, about tapping into our parasympathetic and releasing into the calm. Appreciating it if we do feel a stretch, nonetheless. Letting that resolve. I moved my tuffet here so I can use it as a bolster. So you may want to find something underneath your knees as well as underneath your head. Make sure you feel relatively snugly in your clothes and comfy there as well. Thanking ourselves for giving ourselves the care that we need, knowing that we can go into every day and sprinkle ourselves with love, raising our own alignment, thus raising the alignment of the planet. And to solidify this, saying aloud with me, I let go of the past. I fill up the present with love. I trust in the future. Inhale. And exhale. I let go of the past. I fill up the present with love. I trust in the future. Inhale. And exhale. Let your jaw softly open, placing the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth where the teeth meet at the front. Letting any thoughts or images, feelings, sensations come in and float away for a few more moments. Returning to perhaps a deeper but an everyday effortless breath. Wiggling the fingers and toes, fluttering the lids open. I'm going to allow you to find your way up and about through the rest of your day into your evening, wherever you are. Find your pathway. Hopefully it feels a bit calmer. And thank you again so much for joining. I will see you next time.